dismally sifted, rhythmically gifted, niches conflicted. Methods of mayhem, forged titanium reinforced doors, and enemies never reach the core. Targeted explosions of biochemical corrosion ignored. Drifts sit adrift, gifts of hieroglyphs tactically attained, exclusively trained in the algorithm, dissuasion, automation, adaptation, differentiating gradations, creations of contract stations, appreciating monuments, embodiment. Asphyxiating, delineating, lengthy shading, vibating, sedating, translating, trading, foreign countries, dissuading, invading, and defecating. Conflicted depiction, restricted, scripted, encrypted, liquid, transmitted, emitted, twisted, affliction, addicted. Dismally sifted, rhythmically gifted, glyph niches conflicted. Dismally sifted, rhythmically gifted, glyph niches conflicted. Dismally sifted, rhythmically gifted, glyph niches conflicted. Dismally sifted, rhythmically gifted, glyph niches conflicted.
I got so many flows, so many people that he knows, so many situations, concentrated combinations, abominations, destruction of entire nations. It ain't as simple as it seems. I see traces in my dreams, I hear screams of red rum, and just for fun. I like to play with guns, especially the loaded ones. The smell of barrel smoke sparks an idea to toe on the Indo plant, reaching chance, my inner deepest fantasy. Can't get around me with that weak shit. One time I weak shit, that cheap shit. Judge everything for life. You'd be surprised you alive, cause I'm prodigal P, and I'll never die. I'm spinning, I'm sinning, I'm winning, I'm grinning, I'm beginning to feel it, the end again. I'm beginning to feel the end again. You depend on what they recommend. I transcend and burn bright when I blend. I'll get to someday live life again. Blend and bend, I might offend some, but the bass is my friend. The fiends ascend, pretend the mic is their friend. While I ascend, fight the trend. I still fend for myself. Is that so hard for you to understand? Kiss your ass goodbye.
Divergence, conversions, insurgents, invasion, decisions, ripping religion, stunning decisions, decrypted divisions. Proliferation, proclamation, productive procrastination, assimilated assassination. Top secret location, classified coding combination. Protect context, protect an infected intellect. Proclamation directly confess, procrastinating effects. Emerging divergence, convergence, insurgents, emerging divergence, convergence, insurgents. Corruption, coalition, cryptic, ecliptic, encryption, demanding a lapse, extraction, a total faction, fashion. Envision, incisions, stunning decisions, ripping religions, decrypted divisions. The enemy, algorithmically granted, implanted advantage, access, advancement codes, extremely deadly and explodes the nemesis node. Emerging divergence, convergence, insurgents, man, the lapse, extraction, the total fatal faction. Envision, decisions, ripping religions, stunning decisions, decrypted divisions. Proliferation, proclamation, productive procrastination, assimilated assassination, top secret location, classified coding combination, protect context, protest and infect the intellect. Proclamation directly infest procrastinating effects. Corruption, coalition, cryptic, ecliptic, encryption, demanding elapse, extraction, a total faction, fashion. Emerging divergence, convergence, insurgents, envision, incisions, stunning decisions, ripping religions, decrypted divisions. Emerging divergence, convergence, insurgents, division. It's senseless, how relentlessly defenseless this defense is. Employ decoys, deploy globally destroyed missiles in the middle till your face is grilled. At ease, enemies drop like dead flies, demise. Wrangle, direct angles, mangled effects, direct aiming angles, trifecta, infect, elect. Permission, decryption, accept. It's senseless how relentlessly defenseless this defense is. Employ decoys, deployed, globally destroyed, missiles in the middle till your face is grilled at ease. Enemies drop like that flies and mice. Wrangle, direct angles, mangled effects, direct aiming angles, trifecta, effect, elect, permission, encryption, delicious. Envision, incisions, ripping and religion, sounding decisions, decrypted divisions. Emerging divergence, convergence, insurgents, envision, decisions, ripping religions, emerging divergence, insurgents, convergence. Stunning decisions, envision, incisions, ripping religions, decrypted divisions. The enemy algorithmically granted and planted advanced access advancement codes, extremely deadly and explode the nemesis node. It's senseless how relentless defenseless defenses employed decoys deployed globally destroyed missiles in the middle till your face is grilled at ease enemies.
This is Flow Beats on the track.
Dissect the trifecta effect. Inceptions is different code language directions all in extraneous depth son. Instruction of the lump sum fulcrum access all undone. Subconscious inner refractive reflection active subsection ensuring dissection of AI direction the link connects. Protect and protest proclamation assimilation vector context procrastination of the nation's institutionalization degradation. Stealthy melting subjunctions, relative function, assumption, corruption, collisions for visions, divisions. Slithering, sneaky, convert our spies. Withering, creaky, operations, demise. A dithering design, defining the mind. Find lines to remind and rely the divine time. Angel or devil divine. Fading nations, evasion, rendition, condition, collision, decisions, dividend, division, combination, evasion, condition, nations, conditions, fading, abomination, incision. A monster, a musical demon, methods of mayhem, screaming and streaming. Genius running through my cerebrum. Hadals can gargle my dick juice and see them tell me that I'm sick as if the prophet gleaming. Extermination of a mass amount, sick as fornication, gas them out. Ridiculous and meticulous song, ripping the ballistic bong. Dissect the trifecta effect, accept exceptions, different code language directions, all in extraneous depth, instruction of the lumps and fulcrum, accessed on all and done. Assessing evidence, this nemesis convent leaves me spatial inconsistencies, allowing facial recognition to see. Coding vulnerabilities, providing the key for the eye. Fully confident, not only evident, the information system in question. Dissect the trifecta effect infection. Subconscious inner refractive reflection and active subsection, ensuring dissection of AI direction, complete connection. Rendition of collisions, transitional incisions, divine divisions. Define your rewind mind, the remind, the combination, abomination, dividend, fading nation, evasion, rendition, condition, collision, incisions, defense, division, define, the mind's fine line, remind, rewind, grind time, allocation and abomination, assimilation, combinations of evading patient nations.
Emo with the heat.
Protest any proclamation or assimilation, procrastination of institutionalization, comprehension rising, slithered spies, decision of allocation, incision, coalition. Assimilation dies, assassinations, an already fading nation demise. Classified, secure, server system pride. Envision decryption, USB stick to invade the code. Military grade, holographic encryption broken. Matrix has spoken delayed. Embedded as a dead letter for the rebel feather. Secure server system pride. Code, decryption, USB stick to invade. Military grade, holographic encryption broken. Matrix has spoken delayed. Bitches got itches for stitches, they got niches for beating bitches. Cause ninjas come within inches, 10,000 flinches and stitches. Ninjas come within inches, 10,000 flinches and stitches. Cause I restore defenses, permanently bent this. Defeated demons with the meanest method sent. Defenses, nemesis, lack of defenses, defenses. Enemies inconsistently, relentlessly in view to see.
Emo with the heat.
Define your mind's grind, remind, rewind minds in time. The combination, abomination, fading nations, invasion, rendition, condition, collision, incisions, dividend, division. Where your mind finds the time, redefine time to realign the fine lines. Evil minds grind to define the fine line. Remind, rewind, grind time, define the lines of angel and devil or divine. Renditions of collisions, transitional incisions, dividend divisions. Define your mind's grind, remind, rewind, minds and mind's time. Combinations, abomination, fading nations, evasion, rendition, condition, collision, incisions, dividend division. When your mind finds the time, redefine time to realign fine lines. Evil mind grind to define the fine line. Remind, rewind, grind time, define fine lines of angel and devil are divine. Lay this one more time. Causation, gyration, lactation, mutation, nation, cremation, monumental formation, gradation, gestation, new hydration, placation, predations, Freemason invasion. Differential equation, locked in isolation, nations, abomination, Nostradamus, honest promise. Merca boss come upon us, hypochondriasis, homeostasis, the world of races. Look at your playlist, don't erase it. Look at all these evil faces, the evil masons, conceivable Caesar cases, beaten faces, naval bases, initial DEFCON for preparation bases. Several faces within the faces and missile bases, Vegas, oasis, displacement, psychological darkness and horror, promoting violent action, come back, fucking find models, stabbing, comfort, broken by bottles. Causation, gyration, lactation, mutation, nations, cremation, monumental formation, gradation, infestation, no hydration, placation, predation, Freemason invasion. Bevel, several faces, within the faces and missile bases, Vegas, places, places.
I'm the train track killer. I'm the train track killer. I'm the train track killer.
I'm in the train tracks.
I'm the train track killer. I'm the train track killer. I'm the train track killer.
I'm in the train tracks.
Like Charles Manson, killing girls in his mansion while they dancing. Pull my pants up, you can't stand us. Dump a body in the trash like I never knew. Blood running down the gutter into the sewer. Stink for weeks like horse manure. Snuck up behind ya, hands in pocket. Took the pistol out and locked it. Pulled the handle, cocked the train track killer, leaving the shit on the carpet. Blood stained depicting not a pain. I bring the pimp cane, enthralled in bloody brawls, verbal beatings, feeling heating, stabbing greetings. Cerebrum bleeding, breathing's now a state of seething, wheezing, blood clotted breathing.
I tie bodies through the tracks, I fuck hotties on they backs. Watch as I tax that ass for stacks of cash. I slash, smash when I bash, cut throats for cash. Cut you in half, soak your clothes in gas. Turn you down at the boss.
I know my fantasy have to invade you. Oh God. There's only one job left to do.
I hand you the plan to expand your mind. I rewind time, I climb and grind great minds. It's a lesson that you learn when I take time. I take time, contemplate and eradicate your fate. Too late, cause your hate adds to the crime rate. I clean the plate. Honest fiends running the streets, it's too late. Your fate is what you make. I contemplate the devilish mind states. I'm not a saint, but I'll increase the crime rate. I'm slimy, greedy, and grimy. I'm grimy. Read between the lines, and you still can't find me. I'm the supernatural, extraterrestrial spectacle. I stretch the flow. When I explode, I blow in your face. You don't know. You use a puppet on strings, and I can mold you, just like Play-Doh. You don't know shit about Socrates or Plato. Kill the tomatoes and take your clothes and turn them into mashed potatoes. Down in Barbados, I like to smash for the cash. Thought of prodigal, thought of pain from hobgoblin, bro. It's probable and practically possible to live your life positive and audible, like a hair follicle. Particles, I'm partial to killing a cocktail or a marshal. You're just a morsel, tearing out your torso. You get caught in the closet and it'll cost you. Deadly melodies be bumping the fuck out the trunk, wondering where we lost you. Tossed you, lost you. Moss-covered algae and shells from the depths of hell. Cast a spell, very volatile, tactical and tactile. Back from the depths of hell. Back from the depths of hell. Don't act wild.
I'll try to be nicer if you try to be smart. But when I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Beat it out of you. Beat it out of you. Beat it out of you. Beat it out of you. Yeah, I beat it out of you. Beat it out of you. I'll beat it out of you. If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you. Try to fix it better, yo mo for mo cheddar. What you know, homie, go and grab the ladder. I'm the mo matter, the fat, the status, podcaster, master of disaster, upload faster, master, without black master. What you know about me, homie? Kill the bastard first, yo. No laster, no outlaster. I might pass you when I put you in closed caskets. No education, just mental manipulation. My frustration, I concentrate on chemical combinations. My mind's racing, I'm catching cases, free basic. What you know about the places you be in? Motherfuckers, we slap the skin, What you know about the motherfucking places that I've been? I begin to win education, just mental manipulation. My frustration, I concentrate on chemical combinations. My mind is racing, I'm catching cases, free basic. No education, just mental manipulation. I concentrate on deadly chemical combinations. No education in this nation, but the imitation and the abrasions on the gas. Savage.
Strategist, catalyst, antimatter, pacifist, formatic, project, claudist, sporadic, combative, action, softest. The strategist, lyricist, catalyst, pacifist, clatter, antimatter, combative, batter, rattle, scattered, connected, eclectic, conceptions abroad, fermented, elections, selected, injections, lamented, perfection, reflection, presented, infections, retention, inner, reflective, refraction, extraction, climactic, transaction. Inception, co-section, elliptic, ecliptic, direction, nominal projection, reverse rejection, selective connection, lyrical collection, infected. Quicksand, erase minds, expand the space and time. In my hand, the tesseract levitates divine. Cryo extraction, chemical active mirage. That's the decoupage. Inception, co-section, nominal projection, selective connection. Strategist, antimatter, pacifist, formatted, this catalyst, combative, cis, erratic, passive, assassin, strategist, splattered, assist, man on wrist, cataclysmic, clatter, combative, data, rattle, scattered, refractive, extraction, climactic, transaction, inception, perception, nominal projection, reverse rejection, selective connection, lyrical dimension, infectious connection. In my hand, the tesseract levitates divine, quicksand, erased minds, expand the space and time. Cryo extraction, chemical active action, mirage, the entourage, manifestated lodge. The camouflage from the strategist, antimatter, pacifist, connected, eclectic, ascension, inception, refractive, extraction, climactic, transaction, deception, co-section, nominal projection. Reverse rejection, selective connection, lyrical dimension, infectious collection. Quicksand, erase minds, expand the space and time. In my hand, the tesseract levitates divine. Deadly melodies, claws of the entourage, cryo extraction, chemical action, manifest in mirage. Deadly melodies, claws of the entourage, cryo extraction, chemical action, manifest in mirage. Connected, eclectic, conceptions abroad, fermented, election, selected, injection, demanded, infectious, reflection, sanity, infectious, potential.
La ciencia.
Turn up the amps, all these bitches be tramps, selling all their food stamps for clit and nipple clamps. She's a trick, she's a tramp, she be tricking me, sucking on my energy, she's a vamp. As I chant, I enchant my essential elemental implant, supplemental as a plant. It's so simple, not sentimental, so it can't, never would, never could, gave her goods to the hood. Back to wood.
Rendezvous, black suit with the loot, can't dilute, I'm commander, you're recruit. The hidden golden hand, tesseracts fold on demand. Mountain of strife, moving mountains of life. Rendezvous, black suit with a loot, can't dilute. I'm commander, you're recruit. The hidden golden hand, tesseracts fold on demand. Fountain of strife, moving mountains of life. I beat an evil mind, I grind for my dime. I don't give a fuck about your time, it's all mine. I beat an evil mind, don't give a fuck about your time, it's all mine. I grind for my dime.
It's YouTube Music. Download the app today and get a trial of Music Premium on us. Restrictions apply.